Twilio buying customer data platform provider Segment. Price tag $3.2 billion. It's an all-stock deal. Shares of Twilio jumping on that news. You can see that stock up about 5.5%, and it has been on quite a run this year already. Joining us right now in an exclusive interview is Twilio's CEO, Jeff Lawson, and Segment CEO, Peter Reinhardt. Good morning to both of you, gentlemen. Congratulations. For those uninitiated, Jeff, explain what Twilio does, and maybe also explain what Segment does and why you decided to bring these two companies together.
Absolutely. Twilio is the leading cloud communications platform. We allow companies to communicate with their customers across a wide variety of channels, whether it's voice phone calls, text messages, video, chat, email, and more. We're the leading platform that does this. We'll power close to 1 trillion customer communications this year. But building a customer relationship requires two things. First, it's understanding your customer, and then it's acting on that understanding. Understanding your customer is about customer data, all the bits of information about your customer that reside in the myriad systems that every company has, assembling that into a complete picture of your customer, and then you can act on it. And acting on it is communications. That's what Twilio does. The first part, understanding your customer, that's what Segment does. And so by bringing them together into one platform, we can now help companies assemble that complete picture of their customer and then act on it in order to build great customer relationships.
So, Peter, congratulations on the deal. Big question to you. Why sell now? Why sell it all? It looks like a company that perhaps could have pursued its own IPO at some point, or potentially, given the frenzy around SPACs. I'm sure people have called you about that.
Yeah, Segment has been growing like crazy, but the really exciting thing for us is that we just get to accelerate our vision by 5 to 10 years. And, for the last 10 years, we've been building this first part of what Jeff talked about, where we help companies collect and manage all of their own internal customer data. And so now we get to accelerate that, where we would have been in 5 to 10 years by joining up with Twilio, who has all these amazing communication channels. So we can be the sort of brain for all the data, if you will, and Twilio can execute on all these amazing customer communications and customer engagement downstream. So just an amazing opportunity for us to build something straight out of the future and pull it forward.
Hey, Peter, speak to this, because I know there's so many investors who've been following Twilio and the success. I mean, you can just look at that stock chart. It has been on such a ride. As you were evaluating accepting this deal, and your deal is in stock, you have to have become a believer in the company and in the stock price and valuation, and that this is not just sustainable, but hopefully going to go up. And obviously, it's gone up today. But explain your own thinking about that, because I think it might be instructive to investors.
Yeah, we've been huge believers in Twilio from day one. I mean, we've always looked up to Twilio, all the ways that they design APIs, the way that they sell to developers, the way they've built the company. So we've been huge fans of Twilio for many, many years. And I think the whole space of building and selling to developers, building these building blocks that developers can build on top of, is just very, very early in that space. So we're not taking a short-term perspective on this. This is a long-term bet on the future of how software is built and how all these APIs come together and what the future of customer engagement and digital world looks like. All of that is accelerating. So when we look towards the long term, I think it's a super awesome and reasonable bet.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.